Hi everybody, my name's Katie. I'm an artist, business coach and founder of Step Up Create. And today I wanted to talk a little bit about resistance. And I'll tell you a little bit what that is. I've been meaning to record these videos for absolutely ages, and yet I haven't done it. And I keep asking myself why haven't you done it? You enjoy doing it. It's not that much work. Why don't you just do it? And yet I always find something else that is more important than doing it until now. And this, for me, has to do with my own resistances. This has to do with stories that I'm telling myself about getting myself out there. And these stories affect my development and affect my creativity. So I've chosen today to overcome those resistances, to go over the edge. This is from ORSC, Relationship Coaching. They call the resistances edges, and they're like this, and you have to go from one side to the other. So we all have these edges in everything we do. The more important the thing we are doing, the bigger the edge, the bigger the resistance that we come up against. And whether you're in a creative process or whether you're just in life or as a leader or whatever, you're just going to come up against these again and again and again. And these might have different formats. So how do you know that you are suffering from resistance here? Well, obviously sometimes you're just like, no, I don't want to do it. I'm just really clear. I know what's happening and I don't want to do it, and that's it. Do I have to do it? Yes, in some cases. No, in others. Well, then I can choose. So for example, doing my taxes, I mentioned that in another video. I hate doing my taxes. I hate spending a morning looking at Excel, doing something that is completely uncreative and doesn't really help me get where I want to get to. I have to be in the right mind to do it. I have to set myself up to do it, to overcome all of these resistances in putting that on my calendar. This is something that happens to me again. I see a lot of resistance in students that I have. I've just finished teaching an online design thinking course, which was 6 weeks long, and the students were working in groups to develop different innovations. Now, at the beginning of the course, we could see a lot of resistance. How does that resistance come out in a class situation? It often comes out in maybe someone making a lot of jokes, maybe someone kind of checking out. Now, when we're online, someone who refuses to put their camera on, or who complains about things, sort of always putting the blame on someone else or pushing it out. It's not me, it's you. These are things that come up in classes. They come up in life as well, and things that you recognize maybe, or I recognize in students, I also recognize in myself. So understanding how your behavior is a resistance, or if your behavior is a resistance towards something. Or resistances or edges can be encountered in life every day. And it's part of this idea of self-reflection that would help us to understand ourselves and help us to pull ourselves forward. So for me, I kind of am a little bit of a jump into the swimming pool type person. I'm not, if I don't really want to do something, but I know I've got to do it, eventually I will just throw myself into it and I know I'll swim. But a lot of people are not like that, and they need to be more gently persuaded. So maybe you need to gently persuade yourself in order to overcome it. The first step is always about understanding and being conscious of what's going on. So ask yourself, the next time you start getting angry about something, you start wanting to complain, you start wanting to put the blame on your partner or your friends or whatever, what is it behind that has to do with you? And obviously I'm not saying that the other people are perfect and there's no way that there could be resistances there. You start with you. You can work on you. You can't work on anyone else. So what are the resistances and how are you going to consciously overcome them? For those of you in business, this is just taking a research phase, figuring out what is going on, what's the internal analysis, what's going on, and what do I need to do in order to make this business strategy a reality. It's the same thing internally. There are things that are holding your company back. There are things that are holding you back. What are they? Identify them and deal with them. And that essentially is how to overcome resistances.